So many of you have been asking me about how to improve your low notes, and I love this question so much. I feel like we talk so much about improving our high notes and making our belt or our mix better, but feeling comfortable and confident in our low notes is so important too. So I'm gonna share with you guys some of my favorite warm-ups that I use to expand my lower range, or in other words, just uncover what I have and make those lower notes feel easier to access. And I actually love using these at the beginning of my warm-ups just to kind of relax everything in here, and also at the end of my warm-ups to warm everything back down after we've gone up into the stratosphere. Or if I've been singing a bunch of high notes all day and my voice feels like it's up here and I've kind of lost that bottom part of my range. Okay, so the first one is gonna be and I start that on an E4, which is just the E above middle C, and you really want to just be like so just make sure you're really just gliding down, because this really helps to just relax the larynx and open things up while still keeping a more forward type of resonance. Just keep going till it doesn't feel comfy anymore. The next one is just this, and you can kind of start at like middle C in that chest voice, and you go vi-o, 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 and so on and so forth until it doesn't feel comfy anymore. This one works really well because it keeps you on that note and it's using all of the different vowels, so it's really effective for like consistency in the voice. Also, those low notes can feel different with different vowels, so that really helps work on this for whatever piece that you are going to apply it to. And then also with the vi-o, that V is really like it's like an SOVT that really helps just like springboard that sound off, and also keeps the resonance really forward while still keeping the larynx relaxed. The other one is going to be a really gentle hum from just 1-3-1. So I kind of like to start it on like a G3 and take it to a B3, which is just the G and the B that are below middle C, just right below it. And then take it down. And that feels really good. It's super gentle and effective, and then you can open it up to like a ma, ma, ma. Again, this also keeps that resonance forward because of that M consonant, and it should really help to keep the jaw, tongue, and larynx super relaxed. So when I'm doing any of these, some things that I always want to think about are relaxing the jaw, relaxing the belly, relaxing that larynx, and really relaxing that tongue. Tightening anywhere will not do you any favors with low notes. The other thing is to make sure you're not pushing or shoving your voice down there. The key is really to relax into it and not use too much weight, especially because when we do transition to those higher notes in our songs or our warm-ups, if there is too much weight there, because our lower notes are our foundation of our voice, we will usually take that heaviness into the rest of our range, and that's going to cause a lot of tension. Also, when it gets super low, it's okay for it to feel pretty light, especially if we're using a microphone. And when you start getting to the very bottom of your range, it's okay to kind of go into that lower falsetto instead of chest voice. So I'll kind of give you guys an example and show you what that sounds like. Okay, so it's kind of something like this. So this is chest, so hoo-ah. Okay, so that's still in chest, but if I go lower, hoo-ah. So it's really, really quiet, but it's still there. The other thing is to stay in alignment. And this is actually really tough for me because I have a lot of injuries that cause me to want to overcompensate and not always be in alignment. So for these low notes, sometimes we tend to want to pull our head down like this to reach those notes. I know that this is tempting and it might actually feel good because it actually sometimes can even raise the soft palate a little bit and make it easier to keep a lower larynx. But because our resonators are not aligned, it's not going to be clear clear, and you're definitely not going to be properly connected to the breath this way. So that means it is a manufactured sound, and that's not what we want. As always, the goal is to free the voice, not manufacture it. Tucking the chin like that also is going to cause tension at the base of the skull back here and the upper neck, which definitely is not going to help us. So now initially when you remove that tuck, you might notice like a thinning of the sound, but this doesn't mean that it's bad for you. It means you've revealed a lack of, number one, breath flow, so air pressure or support, and number two, the appropriate and disciplined channeling of the sound into your resonance cavities. Obviously, this might be disconcerting or disheartening, but now you can kind of begin to address those underlying technical issues. Low notes are the foundation of the voice, so working on them will help with your entire range. So let me know if you tried any of these, what you think, and if they helped.